Mentioned Goodfellas. Do you like that movie? I know it's
terrific.
Yeah,
movie.
yeah,
That's terrific.
Yeah.
That's very accurate.
Very accurate.
Very accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What's interesting about The Sopranos to me, goes all the way back, is David Chase, the guy who created the whole thing. I read in an article one time that he was influenced by the same movie I was influenced as a kid. And I'm talking about it like 7, 8 years old, 9 years old. Pay or Die with Ernest Borgnine. It was made in like 1959, 1960. It was like the first mob movie I ever saw.
Really? Yeah.
It's a terrific movie. But I found that so interesting that guy was influenced by the same thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Charlie Stella is with us, celebrating a birthday here today. I wish I had just known a little bit ahead of time. I would have, brought in a cake.
I don't need a cake.
Well, I don't really need one either. But it's always fun to have, right? But I guess you're going to be spending a few days in New Hampshire.
Yeah. Spotlight Publicity has got us going up to Portsmouth, I think, in 2 days. And we're going to do something in Barnes & Noble up there. And
in Newington at the Newington Mall?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. That'll be June 3rd. That'll be Friday, right?
Yeah.
Because today is the 1st, yeah.
I'm going to show my wife the ferry that took us to Star Island.
And tomorrow night, you're going to be at Gibson's.
That's right.
In Concord.
Gibson's, yeah.
Not too far from where we are. So that's 5:30 tomorrow night at Gibson's, and 7 o'clock at Barnes & Noble in Newington on Friday.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know you're a big hockey guy.
Well, for the last 5 years, yeah.
Yeah. and ironically enough, a fan of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
That's all because of Ryan Callahan, yeah.
Former Ranger.
Yes.
Rangers were your team.
Yeah, well, I now call them the Strangers.
I
call the Brunettes. No one should be offended. I call the Bruins the Brunettes. I have a name for every team in the league.
Okay.
In the NFL and the NHL.
Do you? I just love to hear your take on the Patriots.
Oh, you don't want to hear that. I'll admit this. They have the best coach, probably as good as Lombardi. They have the best quarterback ever, although he should be in jail for Deflategate.
In jail?
They are an incredible team. They are.
Yeah, and no doubt about that. But still a fan of the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, but I'm not as passionate as I used to be. They wore me out by getting Rex Ryan.
Oh! Now that's what I wanted to ask you about was Rex. I thought that might energize your fandom of the Bills.
It did for about 3 games.
Yeah,
and then I saw anyway that this was going to be a repeat. They passed on so many good coaches. And then he hired his brother, Rob, so we probably have to score 60 points a game.
Yeah. With his defense, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. But so you told me you dropped the NFL package and bought the
NHL
Center Ice package, huh?
Yeah, Center Ice, yeah.
So you watch all the Tampa Bay games that you can?
Ask my wife. I wake her up every time we score.
She's right here. So. Well, I saw them win a game this year, so in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Against the Islanders, an overtime game. But they have a good club.
And we're young.
The only question is Stamkos coming back?
That's a good question. But I tell you what, I got a feeling if we had managed to get by the Penguins, I think they would have let it happen.
Yeah.
Because we got kids. I mean, they were 22, 21. I can't get over the ages on these guys.
No, I know it. Yeah.
Amazed.
They are a good young team. Really are. And, I think their future is bright if they can keep Stamkos around for a little while.
Well, if we keep him, I think if we could stay healthy, I don't see anybody beating us.
Yeah.
With that Slewfoot guy, Crosby, my God, he got away with that. That drove me nuts. And Letang,
not a Crosby fan, huh?
Well, did you see the act Letang put on when Callahan hit him in that game?
Yeah.
That was an act. I mean, he got a 5-minute penalty out of that.
Yeah. There are a lot of actors out there. So. Is any of your books going to become movies or television series or?
Well, I'm published in about 5 countries. 2 of my books, one just came out in Germany.
Yeah.
In Mexico, Germany, Poland, Italy, Russia. Where else? And we had one offer for an option. It wound up falling through. So I have no idea. I have no idea.
Okay, but it's possible, right? I mean, it's possible.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
Bills could win a Super Bowl someday.
Anything. Well, I don't know if that's possible, but
Probably not.
but most everything is possible. So, what are you working on now? Are you working on another one?
Well, I have like 3 or 4 different projects going on. One is from an area up here. A friend of mine, I met him through writing, so it wasn't a friend from my past. But his name is Richard Marinick, wrote an incredible book called Boyos. But he was a state trooper in Massachusetts for a couple of years, then did 10 years for armored car robbery.
Wow.
Went to, I don't know if it was Walpole or if they even call it Walpole anymore, but he did a long stretch. Came out, he did his MFA program through Boston U. Came out, worked on a big dig, and wrote Boyos, which is it's basically the Whitey Bulger, a spin-off of that whole situation.
Wow.
But it's a terrific book. It was a 3-time bestseller on the Boston Globe. In the Boston area. Rick wrote a memoir recently, and we're talking about me writing his, rewriting just to, put it into, because I did this Dogfella book a couple of years ago for James Giuliani, was a former enforcer with Gambino's, became a animal rescuer, and he does that 24/7. He actually does do that stuff. So anyway, I'm thinking about doing this thing with Rick. His memoir, rewriting it.
Wow,
basically.
that'd be something.
Yeah, it's a crazy story, but it's interesting as all hell.
Wow. And what else? What other projects?
Oh, I do some literary stuff that I constantly fight. I wrote an MFA fictional memoir about my life, but my kids will never talk to me again, so I'm basically restructuring it, and so it's I got to be careful with this stuff. So I'm rewriting it in a different way. I just sent a short story that me and my wife really, really liked off to a couple of literary magazines. And I'm always writing crime stuff. I've always got stuff, laying around. I kind of grew bored with it a little bit, and this kind of sparked me again. Tommy Red kind of sparked me back into it. I'm halfway through with a novel. I was working on it this morning. I don't have a title for it yet. I usually don't have a title to the end, but
it's not going to be 4 years before another one comes out.
Oh, no. I'll be done with this in a few months, yeah.
Your fans must have been very impatient waiting those 4 years.
Well, it's not like I got a billion of them, but but I did have somebody from California write me. I wish I can remember my name now. And she was really pissed off because she reads my blog. And she said, okay, enough about Rigoletto, enough about Bernie Sanders. How about
Bernie Sanders? I saw a sticker out there for Bernie.
I am off the charts, Bernie.
Yeah?
And off the charts.
I was in Bernie Sanders' country over the weekend in Vermont for a couple of days. So
I want my wife to come up there because I'd love to retire there.
Would you? I
would love to.
It's very nice. Very, very nice.
I actually
great
did.
state. New Hampshire's not bad either.
No, I like New Hampshire.
Yeah.
She filmed me doing a benching for Bernie. I powerlift, and she filmed me. We did a penny a pound, and I had It's actually on my Facebook thing.
Yeah.
And we did that, and we just to make contributions,
Yeah. That's great. Penny a pound for Bernie, huh?
Penny a pound, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That is terrific. So, hey, listen, he's hanging in there.
Hey, she's going to get indicted.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping anyway.
Same here.
Yeah, I think many people, many millions are hoping for that to happen. Now, you mentioned your Facebook page. Is that public? Do you want people to go on it and check it out?
Oh, sure, absolutely. Right. I got a blog called Temporary Nux Line, which has a backstory to why it's called that, but it's Temporary Nux Line.
Temporary what?
Nux Line.
Okay.
Nux Line.
How do you spell that?
KNUCKSLINE and temporary.
Temporary
Nux Line.
Okay, that's your Facebook page?
No. Oh. Charlie Stella is my Facebook page.
Oh, okay. All
right.
But
Temporary Nux Line is my blog.
Okay.
I do a lot of book reviews on there and a lot of music reviews. I'm an opera fanatic, so I have a lot of opera.
Really? You're a multifaceted guy.
I love opera.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm like...
What's your favorite opera?
Oh, that's easy. Don Giovanni.
All right.
Oh, CharlieStella.net. My wife writes for me.
CharlieStella.net.
That's my website.
That's your website. Okay.
Don Giovanni's my favorite. Tosca is my second favorite, and Tristan and Isolde is my third. Has my favorite aria in it. So.
Do you listen to the Metropolitan Opera on Saturday afternoons?
We go to the ones that telecast to the movies. I used to go to the opera. Forget about it. How many times? We did a book signing one day. My wife and I had a tickets for Madame Butterfly, and this is when I got out of the illegitimate life and became legitimate, and so the money was a little bit tighter, and I forgot how much I spent, $300-400, whatever it was. Yeah. And I forgot that it was a matinee. I thought I had night tickets. So we come out of the book signing, and I look at the tickets, and we're standing right in front of the Met, and I go, "Oh, Annie, I'm so sorry."
Man!
But we went to see Butterfly not too long. But we actually went. Where we go see? We went to see Carmen. This past year. No, I'm an opera fanatic. Yeah, I love him. I love it.
Yeah, and the Met and other places as well.
Oh yeah. We used to go to City Opera. They closed it down, but we actually saw a couple in. What was that small dump that was in the city?
You can say it. You can say it. Really.
Amato Opera. It's a famous place. I call it a small dump.
Yeah.
I call it a dump.
Does it exist anymore?
I think it does. We haven't gone because since I moved to New Jersey, since I live in New Jersey now, I have a hard time going into Manhattan because I went to pick her up for a show one night. We went to see a friend of mine was in a play. I think it was Ray Wassik's play, and they gave me a $150 ticket for stopping in front of her building.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, okay, you know what? I think we can pass on coming to Manhattan for a while. So I only go when I have to go. We went last month to see Long Day's Journey into Night. Great play.
Yeah.
We're fanatics about theater.
Broadway and yeah.
I started.
Have
as
you
a
seen
playwright.
Hamilton yet?
No, I'm not a big musical fan.
Oh,
Opera, yeah.
Okay, but not musical theater. No,
Yeah,
especially when it's hip hop, right?
Well, I loved Les Miserables. I saw that a few times 20 years ago. I started as a playwright in theater, so that was that was my. I had 3 plays produced off Broadway, and that was all my books are dialogue driven, so it's because of playwright background.
You are truly a Renaissance man. You really
Yeah, but
are.
I'm like a low-level one, because to me...
A low-level Renaissance man, okay.
The true Renaissance man, to me, is my first mentor, Dave Gresham. I'm glad if I finally remember to say his name. Dave is the guy who got me started in North Dakota writing. That guy builds houses. I mean, he builds them from the ground up, A-frames. He was the tennis coach, the smartest guy I ever met in my life. And... and he's a writer, of course. So it's that's a real Renaissance man.
So he was really your mentor, right?
Big time.
Yeah.
He would read my stuff after I left college. And when I first got married, and I would try every once in a while. I'd sit down and try to write a novel, and he basically gave me encouragement. He says, I just assumed that what I was a screw up with a little bit of talent, with a little bit of raw talent, and because I always got in trouble. So he turned around and says, "No, you were a screw up, but you actually got a little talent." So,
do you still get in trouble?
No.
Except when you forget what time the opera is. That's
there it is. The reason I straightened out is my wife right here. That's the truth.
She straightened you out, huh?
I met her, and I'm a romantic at heart. I fell in love.
I can tell. I
really am.
Yeah.
And like one guy
You've
asked
got a
me
tough
one time,
veneer, but Yeah.
Who was it? Leonard Lopate asked me online. He says, "What would you rather have, a big payday or a good review?" I said, "A good review." Yeah. It's not even debatable. Money. You can always make money. It's America.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, a great interview too, and I've enjoyed this half hour very, very much. And again, you'll be at Gibson's in Concord. Beautiful spot. Have you been there yet?
No, I can't wait to go.
It's a great, fabulous bookstore. And 5:30 tomorrow, and then at Barnes & Noble in Newington at 7 o'clock. Your website, charliestella.net, and temporary Nux line is your blog.
And this is all thanks to Wendy.
All thanks to Wendy. Congratulations. You put this guy on the map, or at least my map anyway.
Yeah. That's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Charlie, great to meet you. Great to chat with you. The book is it's a great read. It really is, and it's a real page turner. It truly is. And,
Thank you.
And I'll have to catch up with your other works as well. But this is great. Tommy Red is the book, a Stark House thriller, and you can get your copy at Gibson's tomorrow night or Barnes & Noble in Newington on Friday night, or you can get one for free right now. And I'll even have Charlie autograph it?
Sure, absolutely.
Oh, okay. All right. It'll be autographed from Charlie Stella. If you're caller number 3 right now, 1-866-823-1077 is the number. 866-823-1077. Caller 3 will win Tommy Red. Just don't let the kids get their hands on it. That's all I have to say. But Charlie, thank you so much.
Thank you.